It's a cool game being displayed so far here in St. Paul, Minnesota by the 16-year-old from Michigan, Jordan Weber. She still has the lead after the first rotation, but she gave away a 10 to Alexandra Raisman. Michaela Maroney slides in front of Chelsea Memmel, who had a 14.75. Shawn Johnson not involved here, not in the all-around, not on floor exercise. A 14.55 on the vault for her. Welcome back, Al Troutwig, Tim Daggett, Elfie Schlegel, and Andrea Joyce, who we'll hear from in a moment. So we will have most likely a new national champion here tonight, but bigger picture, we're also going to get a world championship team out of this competition that will represent the United States in Tokyo in October. What's that team going to look like and be made up of?
Well, you know, there are going to be some all-arounders that are certainly going to be on that team. At this point, Jordan Weber, she would really have to get hurt to not be on that team. And then you got someone like Rebecca Brosh. She has struggled here, but she is a veteran. I can't imagine a team not consisting of her. But also there are some specialists that are going to make it in there because of their great events.
And Allie Raisman is one of those other athletes, because at this point in time, with the problems that happened on night one, I think Marta is really focused on this young lady, because she does what Allie Raisman does so well, and that is just go in, do your routines, be consistent, hit. You need a little bit of that mix on your team as well.
It's going to be really interesting to see what Marta Caroli does with the big three, too. Now, we're going to go to our leader in a moment. That is Jordan Weber. And if you want to answer the question about how competitive she is, let's get an answer from Andrea Joyce.
Very competitive. You know, Al, this may be her very first senior nationals, but Jordan Weber has been showing an incredibly fierce competitive streak for a very long time. We take you all the way back to 2002, second grade, DeWitt, Michigan, the President's Physical Fitness Challenge. Remember that? Well, little Jordan went out there and did more push-ups than anybody, girls or boys. She did 125 of them, broke the record. And the funny thing is that she remembers it like it was yesterday. I asked her what on earth would possess a 7-year-old to do something like that. She just got this big grin and said, I just really wanted to win. Some things you just can't teach, right, Al?
Yes, that's right. Certainly when you take on the best from Russia and win, as she did in the American Cup earlier this year, that shows you something.
There's no question about it, and this is a great event for her. She's an all-around gymnast that also can pull off that 16.5 vault called an Amanar. Very, very good.
Remember, this vault is with a 6.5.
Just the step on the landing, that's about as clean and well done as I've seen her do.
So when you say 6.5, that means with a 10 execution, the best she can get is 16.5.
Very nice.
And there is the selection committee right in the middle. Of course, Marta Caroli, Steve Rybecki also on that committee, as well as former, well, she was the Olympic champion in 2008. We don't know if it's former at this point in time. Nastia Lukin, of course.
We are scheduled to talk to Nastia Lukin a little bit later. On the uneven bars, Alexandra Raisman. What fun it was at the American Cup when essentially she had that home game. Just missed winning, but that was in Worcester, Massachusetts, so that was fun.
So this is one of the events that isn't really Allie's strength, but she continues to train and compete and not give it up, because she is an all-around gymnast. But it might be an area where Marta Caroli says, yeah, we're not going to put you on this event for the World Championships, but she's a backup.
She's actually increased her difficulty. Needs to clean up just a little bit, but that was a very solid set for Allie Raisman.
Very quiet, going through the motions.
I tried to get
Second part was way better.
Talk about how important the mental component is, as she kind of takes that big breath afterwards there. But she has displayed from the very beginning of her senior career that she is one that can handle it.
This is Mackenzie Caquato from Illinois on the U.S. World Championship team last year. I can tell you that Weber got a 15.95. Nicely done there.
Mackenzie, of course, is going to be a sophomore at the University of Florida.
Yeah, that is a very big number. 15.95.
She'll take it.
Yeah, we saw 1:15.8 from Alicia. We also saw that 16.0 on the vault from Maroney.
couldn't she be Shawn Johnson's sister?
It's amazing, right?
But what's important for Mackenzie on this event is it's not a high start value event for Mackenzie. She just needs to hit her routine, show consistency.
We keep talking about who's going to comprise that world team, and in a lot of ways it's like putting a jigsaw puzzle together, because you're going to have your veterans, your stars, and then you're going to have places where the team needs to be helped out, and one of them is the uneven bars, and that's a place where this young lady can shine. But as we've said over and over again, Marta Karolyi likes to have a lot of choices, and a strong all-around performer like Mackenzie is capable of putting out is very attractive.
She is doing everything that she's being asked to do on this event. And by the way, she hit her bar routine. Already has that one completed. This is a great set.
A little bit weak on the dismount, but a very, very solid routine. Coach Johnny Wu, herself an Olympian, along with her husband, who also coached her from 1984.
Back to Rebecca Bross, and you always wonder, is there an emotional carryover from one routine to the next? But at this level, that just can't be.
You know, if there was a highlight from the first night of competition, it was the floor exercise, interestingly. This was an event where she really, really came through. Just snuck that one in. You know, Marta Karolyi said it best. She said what Rebecca needs to do tonight is get back to her old self. It's not about winning the national title.
Another very strong floor routine. Night one, she was second with a 14.85 to Jordan Weber's 14.9.
I can tell you Caquato got a 14.05 and Raisman got a 13.95. When we come back, we'll hear from Shawn Johnson. We'll see her as well, but she'll explain what has happened to her in the 3 years since Beijing as that team reunited for the first time since here in St. Paul.